2000X. With the advancement of science, humans were able to create industrial humanoid robots. A helper robot by the name of Mega lived peacefully in the labs of the foremost authority in robotics, Dr. Light. But then, one day...
There it goes.
I've been looking all over for you, Mega.
His name is Rock, not Mega. Damnation, people. So anyway, hello, good evening. I'm Wes, the Explosion, and we're doing some more Mega Man Powered Up. Good evening, Rayquaza. I'm just gonna let Albert talk for a second. Oh no. He is correct. He is correct.
Our friends are in trouble, Mega. Let's hurry to the lab.
Oy, oy, oy. But yeah, I said I might stream, and then I was kind of going back and forth on it, but I didn't like the idea, like, especially this early in the year, missing a week of Mega Man. So I decided to go with it, although I am still very tired from being up until, like, 1 o'clock in the morning yesterday. Was it 1 o'clock? It was probably like 1:30, 2 o'clock, because I think we ended the stream at 1 o'clock. Dear Lord.
What insanity! Using my robots to conquer the world!
Professor, please, change me into a fighting robot.
A really real fighting robot.
Please, I really want to help everyone, but I don't know if I'm strong enough yet.
Mega.
It's been a while. I don't know if this is any different from the dialogue when I do normal Mega Man.
I must make the necessary preparations. Roll, could you please assist me?
He's also the only one that gets a magical girl transformation. Fireman's just like, yeah, you're on fire now.
I've adapted your arm cannon so you can acquire your opponent's abilities. They will then become your own, and you will be free to use them.
As long as you have ammo.
Professor, here I go.
Listen, Mega. No, rather, Mega Man. Yes, that's it. From this moment on, you shall be Mega Man.
Damnation. Anyway. Yeah, I wasn't like really in the mood to do like a 4-hour stream of Battle Network. So it's just like, well, why don't we do something like a short game, right? And then I was thinking about it, and I was, you know... I was like, well, do I really want to knock something off the list? Because everything else on the list, I've been using Wheel of Names to hit. So it would feel a little cheap if I just pulled something off. And good evening, Aaron. So I was like looking at it, and there was like a few games that I've already played, but I wanted to do special runs of. And one of them was Powered Up, but specifically with Charge and Slide. So it's like, yeah, you know what? I can probably beat this in 2 hours. And that's what's happening. Honestly, I think this is like... I did like a test run of this earlier. And it seems like the charge shot just counts pretty much as like you using the weakness against an enemy. And I think that's the first time that I've seen stinking, you know, like the Proto-Eye get like, you know, like the special damage animation for like a weakness. I'm sure that it does have one. I was thinking about doing X as well. Honestly, I kind of want to say that that's the only one I didn't use Wheel of Names for, because when I first started, like, you know, when I started the new channel, it's like, well, the first game I have to play has to be Mega Man X. Also, this just blasts away shields. It's nuts. And apparently both Mega Man C and Mega Man count as the same thing. Which means that I could hypothetically use this to beat hard mode with, you know. Which would feel a little cheap, but sometimes I'm cheap. But yeah, like, one of the other things, though, that I love about this is, like, it really does take you back to how things used to be, because... Hang on, let me find a wall. I shot through the wall. If I use my regular shots, they took the ability, and it's the same with Mega Man X. Well, Maverick Hunter X. You used to be able to shoot through the walls with your Buster, right? But they took that away in this. No! But charge shots, they can. They can just shoot... No! Through walls. Embarrassing. And they can also just shoot through armor. Ay, ay, ay. Of course, this is also going to be one of those things where I probably... I don't know how much better I'm going to do. Even though this will essentially feel like a lot easier, because I am still kind of tired. To reiterate, for those who were not here, last night Sam and I finished up Sonic Heroes. And it was like, you know, it was a stream that I set aside like 5 hours to do, and it took 7 hours. And not only that, but it was like, you know, my time, I think we ended at like 1 o'clock. But then I needed to drive Sam home afterwards, so I couldn't just like immediately be like, well, that was that. I gotta pass out. Ay, ay, ay. I felt like really bad because I dropped them off, and then I just kind of drove off, and then I thought about it like afterwards. It's like, you really should have just waited an extra 30 seconds to make sure he got in the house. He didn't forget his key or anything. And then I wound up texting him when I got home, and I was like, hey, you made it in alright, right? Sorry, I was really tired. And he texts back, yeah, and I guess you made it home okay? And I was like, yeah. But as for how we played, we won, technically. We won. Sam did all of Team Chaotix, and then I wound up having to do most of, like, a good bit of Team Sonic yet. And then I needed to beat the final boss, both forms of that. So, you know. Ay, ay, ay. Honestly, like, I told him afterwards, I was like, you know, we really should have finished. Hopefully the charging sound effect doesn't bother anyone. Ay, ay, ay. Like, I told him, it's like, we should have probably ended this stream, like, 2 hours ago. But it was just one of those things, like, I don't think either of us realized how long it was gonna take for us to do stuff yet. So it's like, it was sunk cost fallacy, pretty much, where it's like, well, we only have, like, one more stage with Sonic. I think at one point we were even gonna quit, too, right? Where it's like, I just started playing the last stage again, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna screw around with this if I do not beat it this time, do you want to come back like on Friday, or how do you want to handle this? And then what happened? I won. And then we needed to beat the final boss. It was a mess. Honestly, had I known it was gonna be that bad, I would have been like, can we do it Friday instead? I don't need to wake up at any particular time on Saturday. Could we do Friday instead? Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, I did appreciate you hanging out the entire time, Rayquaza, because woo, that was a long one, that was a late one. I'm guessing you're in a different time zone than me, but still. I kind of want to say that stream was late no matter where you were. I also said to Sam afterwards, it's like, well, I don't mean to like downplay anything, but it did make me feel good about myself at the very least. Because Sam, you know, like him not being able to beat it and then me just kind of like wrecking balling my way through like the rest of the game. I wanted to change back. It made me feel like a big man. I could have waited there. I don't know why I jumped up. I still have no idea how to get that. And that bothers me a little bit. I can also slide. The slide just feels really slow for whatever reason. Meanwhile, the Buster can charge and it can, like, supercharge. Like, it's no surprise that you need to actually frickin' unlock this. Because it definitely feels like a power trip. Oh yeah, just everything dies. Huh. An hour earlier. Yeah, I thought it was probably something like that. I am in Eastern US, so pretty much without going like Europe or somewhere else, I'm pretty much as early as you can be for US times at the very least. Don't fall, you stupid bitch. So yeah, typically it's gonna get late quicker for me, relatively speaking. Time zones. I killed a big eye in a single shot? That's nuts! Ay, ay, ay. Also, what about boomerangs? I forgot to ask. That slide just feels so weak. Maybe it's the different perspective, the different graphics making it seem slower, but it's like, man, dang. Ay, ay, ay. Sounds do tend to bother me and distract me, but if it's like consistent, it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? That's why I've never once found Buster noises like annoying. If I focus in on them, if it's like, you know, most people would find this irritating, and I start listening to it, then it is kind of like, you know what? This is a bit much. I almost feel like I should make a video where I compare all the Buster noises and be like, I'm ranking all the Buster charge noises by how annoying they are. Of course, I also worry that I'd miss one where people will be like, you missed the DOS game, and it's like, yeah. Yeah, of course I missed the DOS game. Why would anybody play that? Dear Lord.
Nice job.
Ay, ay, ay. It is weird that we're the only one that does daylight savings time, because, yeah, it is just like, oh, yeah, we're, like, this far apart from, like, Europe. Oh, now we're this far apart. And, okay. I was under the impression that these didn't, yeah, that the rolling cutters were not the sort of boomerang that actually grab things. Oh well, I'll just use the Buster. Next time I'm there, I'll try it again. But yeah, no. Like I said, I didn't think that rolling cutters had boomerang... Like, I know that they boomerang, but I didn't know that they had grabby properties. I would have thought that I would have tried that by now, but I don't know. I will probably wind up playing this again. Honestly, I kind of thought I was going to have to play this game like a few more times with Mega Man. Because I think there's like a Mega Man slide, a Mega Man charge, and then I thought there might have also been a... Damn you. I have Magnet Beam though, don't I? I thought there might have been a Mega Man slide, a Mega Man charge, and then like a Mega Man combo deal. Yay. Made it. But then, like, I loaded this up, and it's, like, Mega Man C, and I was like, oh, I thought I had Mega Man S, Mega Man Slide, and then they're like, use your charge shot and slides with this baby, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Such a thing is too much power for one man. This game... This game was balanced. Damn it. With just regular movements and charge shot in mind. I'm embarrassing myself. Oh, but not anymore. Oh, fuck me in the asshole. And I don't have that. Oh. Ay. Rolling Cutter is boomerang-esque. Like I said, it moves like a boomerang, but I don't think it grabs things like a boomerang, so I guess it's debatable. Ay. I like how in the normal game that's like a pit of nothingness, and here it's like a pit of spikes. And it's like, there's a little bit of a difference, because with iframes you can get around spikes, but there's not much of a difference. Ay. There's a stink bug crawling on the top of my television. It has been getting a little bit warmer. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but I still didn't think that the bugs would be back out at this point, or in my case, back in.
There's something dangerous up ahead, sir. Oh,
Ay.
soldier. I don't believe it. Iceman.
Though, yeah, something a little troubling when I started this up, like...
well, sir.
Actually, it might be fine now.
Your mission.
But during, like, certain parts of loading, my PSP has made a few weird sounds that makes me be like, oh no. But I did open up, like, the UMD hatch, and then close it again. I kind of almost want to say that this is better than their actual weaknesses. Dear Lord. And it hasn't really been making the noises since, but it does kind of worry me. It is one of those things, it's like, do I need to get a new PSP? Though I guess the smarter thing to do would just to be, you know, just to be like, get a PSP emulator. Oh goodness, I'm burping.
Great job.
Though, yeah, I'd say that my PSP is in kind of questionable state. The hatch for the battery, I've lost that, right?
I'll finish this.
I think what happened was there was one time I was staying in a hotel for like a convention or something, and I think the hatch for the battery popped off, and I saw it on the floor, and, you know, I saw it and I just kind of tossed it aside, not realizing what it was. I thought it was, like, the backing to a remote control for its battery hatch. And then sometime later, I look, and shit. And it's like, oh, man! I'm missing the cover there! And then it didn't click with me immediately, but eventually I think I did go, and I was like, oh shit, I know exactly where I left that. So it hasn't had a battery pad, you know, like hatch in years, right? Battery cover. Though even if I did have one, I don't think it would fit. Because the other abuse that I did to my PSP was I left it in a closet in a room that doesn't really get a lot of ventilation. And I think the heat caused, like, the battery to pretty much explode. Because, like, when I took it out after, like, years later, it wasn't a big boom, but, like, the bulk of it had expanded, it had, like, cracked outwards, it was not functioning as a battery anymore, I guess we can say. Luckily, nobody was hurt. It wasn't that type of explosion, but you get what I mean. So I needed to order, like, a new battery, and the way that the new battery fits in the slot for the PSP... I don't think it would close if I had the proper hatch anymore. So there's a part of me that's just like, just for that, I feel like you should replace your PSP because, like, you know, this one did its duty. It did its job. You abused it. You're a bad person. Ay, ay, ay. And I love my PSP, for the most part. I shouldn't say for the most part. I've had some good times with my PSP. Oddly enough, I think the reason why I got the PSP was because I played Disgaea. Like, I'd heard about Disgaea, and I was kind of interested in it, but it wasn't on a system that I, you know, that I had access to since Nintendo stuff. Oh shit, I whiffed. But then they put Disgaea on, like, the DS. Disgaea DS. I got that, I played it, I really liked it, and it's like, well, I want to play the other games. I hear 2's really good. So I wound up getting a PSP, I want to say specifically for Disgaea 2. Which is crazy because, you know, knowing me, you would just be like, well, obviously, you got the PSP for Powered Up and Maverick Hunter. And I think that helped, where it was like, well, you're not getting this for one game, you're getting it for this and the Mega Man remakes. So I think first thing I got, Disgaea 2, played the shit out of that, and then I picked up Maverick Hunter and Powered Up. Which I'm glad I did. These are excellent titles. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do the drop platforms. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, definitely should emulate. Definitely should emulate. And you don't have anything... Oh, that... I'm trying to remember what you even played on your PSP. I'm trying to remember which of us in our little friend circle even had a PSP. I know I did, and obviously you did. I kind of want to say that you played Disgaea, you know, like the Disgaea games like me, and you probably played the Mega Man remakes that I frequently play as well. Ooh. But I can't remember what other games. I have like a few other PSP games, but it's like a smattering. Like, funnily enough, I actually do. I think I have like Street Fighter Alpha 3, which was a poor decision because I'm bad at Street Fighter. I'm bad at fighting games in general. I have a few other Disgaea games for the original PSP. Like I have, both of the Prinny games, and I have Disgaea Infinite. Which was a... I knew that wasn't gonna work. That sucks so much. Ay, ay, ay. It was like a visual novel, like, you know, you make decisions and everything. I never beat it because I don't think I was in the headspace for that game when I got it. Oh. Oh. I hate that jump so much, and you're a bastard for putting this in, Capcom. Huh. Well, yeah. Honestly, Nintendo systems used to be pretty sturdy. I hate that so much. It's such bullshit. Because, tricky timing, and then they make like a, you know, pixel perfect jump, and it's like, okay, good job, Capcom. The sarcastic thing I was going to say was, Nintendo used to have high quality, I should have just, high quality products, but nowadays it's like, oh, did you take your Joy-Cons out of the packaging? Drift. Of course, I'm just a salty ex-fan, so what can I say? Ay. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember if, Final Fantasy Tactics was on that or not. Remind me, is Tactics getting a remake, or did Tactics get a remake? Okay, I can never lose, because that was too much trouble. Ay. Like, I'd be interested, you've talked enough about Tactics, that I would be interested in giving it a look at some point. Frickin' you bastardly bastards. Okay. And now I have another chance to not fuck up. I thought I hit my toe there, but this is fine. I thought I could kill you in one. I didn't have the supercharge, did I? There we go. Ay. Okay, well, maybe I'll look into that at some point, the remake. It's like I said, I'm a little curious. His Buster's going nuts! I'm not a baby. I am a young adult. Oh, his block. It's all fun and games until he uses Dig. Honestly, the one that I did a practice round on was Bomb Man, and he was, like, obsessed with using, like, his super attack. It made him a pain in the butt. You should probably concentrate on countering with your iframes and not saying your catchphrase, Gutsman. Honestly, I kind of wonder if those massive iframes with the catchphrase and, you know, if that's just to eat up my time so I'm not blowing through this. Sure, you beat the stage really fast, but it's 'cause you cheated. I did cheat. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, a sequel, huh? I thought they did have yeah, huh. For some reason, I was under the impression that Final Fantasy Tactics was like a 2-game series. I didn't realize it never had a sequel. I thought it got a whole one at one point. Of course, if I were to play Final Fantasy Tactics, I don't typically like Final Fantasy games, but I do typically like tactics games. So will that even things out? Will we split the difference? Ay, ay, ay. Like I said, willing to give it a shot. But my real question is, does it have Cloud in it? Whoops. Oh. Well, I killed the one. Okay, let's see. I've never gotten the one up there, so where's the oil slick? That worked. Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be able to make so many stages. Ay, ay, ay. And good evening, Big Red. It's exactly what I did before, but now I have the charge. And the slide. But the slide kinda ain't as good as it used to be. I'm playing normal mode, but it kinda feels like easy mode because I am ripping shit with this buster. Mega Man 1 was never meant to have a charge shot. I'm sorry, I was being sarcastic when I said about charge being in Final Fantasy Tactics. And I think I unlocked this form by beating all of the stages on normal with Mega Man. I kinda wanna say that there's, you know, ways to unlock, you know, like, other variations of Mega Man. Like, I might be able to unlock one that's just him with the slide if I beat all the games on easy. Well, all the modes on easy. Because I can't just beat the game on normal and have that count as me clearing it on both easy and normal. I need to do it individually. And I kind of want to say that I might be able to play the game as Rock. Oh, damn you. If I beat all the stages on hard mode. And then to get Proto Man, I need to beat all the challenge stages. And then to get Roll, I need to, I need to download DLC that went off the store like 5 years ago. 2 sequels, but they are isekai type things. Why the quotations? Are you saying that because they're isekais, they don't count as real Final Fantasy Tactic games? Are you being gatekeeping? Are you being elitist? You love isekai. You've been telling me about all those isekais you've been watching. They do sound interesting. If I had a streaming service, I'd probably give them a little peek. Probably. I need to take a swig of water at some point because my throat is getting dry. Why, oh why did I not do it before I had to start fighting frickin', you know, this stage? Do. Okay. I got a bonus ball. feel like going back to this is probably annoying. I feel like I should not be charging when unnecessary, because that can be grating, but I am of the opinion that it's like always be charging your buster. You never know when you're going to need something dead. Like right here. Charge shot kills everything, even things that you're not really supposed to use your buster for. Because you were never meant to have this power. Ay, ay, ay. I can't believe I've never gotten that pack. I'd say, how am I ever gonna 100% the game if I don't get all of the packs, even if they are worthless at this point? But I'm pretty sure there's several challenge stages that I'm never beating. We're never unlocking Proto Man. I can't believe I fucking made both of those. Dear Lord, because it's like, you know, they don't... I think they follow a pattern, but unless you've memorized the game, it's not terribly predictable. They're a bit nerve-wracking to deal with, and I don't much care for them. No! No! Yes. I haven't taken damage this entire time! We gotta be almost at the yes we are. Thank you for the extra health. I didn't need it. I'm too strong. Also, most of the deaths in this are just insta-kills. Ay, ay, ay. People are now regretting not being gatekeeping enough. You're kind of making me wonder what you mean by that. Gatekeeping is typically bad. I can imagine there's a few situations where it's good, but... the more people that play Mega Man, the more demand there is for it, the more likely we are to continue getting shit for it. I would never gatekeep Mega Man. I mean, I wouldn't say never gatekeep Mega Man. But largely never gatekeep Mega Man. I used their iframes to put up another shot. Ay, ay, ay. I made all the jumps eventually. I'm pretty good at platforming. Oh, dear Lord. I thought I still had like 2 left. No, we're on the last one, Oil Man. I don't know. Is the gatekeeping drama stream appropriate? It's not gonna get weird, is it? I recently had Pizzagate explained to me through like some program or another, and I was like, that is wild. As long as it's not something that crazy, yes, go ahead. And if it is wildly appropriate, yeah, inappropriate, you can just tell me what fandom it is. But yes, as long as it's not going to take us to a bad place, go right ahead. Oh, I slipped right through there. Oh, I'm so good. Oh, shit, he blew up my tanks. This is so empowering. I've never felt like such a Mega Man as I have today, everyone's always like, oh my gosh, the charge shot is so overpowered in Mega Man 5. And it's like, oh, if you think that's overpowered, you don't even want to know about Powered Up. It involves Blue Archive. Okay. Again, as long as it doesn't get into, you know, too nasty a territory, go for it. Also, I apparently have the energy balancer. I think I noticed that earlier, but I'm just bringing it up now. I'm not that slow. Energy balancer's pretty dope. Oh, man. Don't do it. Oh, damn you. Oh, you bastardly bastard. Oh, and you jumped into it trying to get up there. Oh, and it wasn't even that hard of a jump. Oh. Oh, goodness. Oh, man, and there was a bit of health over there, too. That would have been slightly helpful. Oh, that's helpful. Thank you. I was kind of expecting the big one back from the big eye. Ho ho. Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, I'm also again, like, I'm gonna assume that when you say he was against the sort of games that Blue Archive is, you're gonna, yeah, he's talking about gacha, which, I mean, I'm kinda there with him. So that just makes it weird. Why would he do a collab if he was against games like Blue Archive? That kind of sounds like an integrity thing. Damn him. Ay. Like, I would kind of hope that if he were against something, he wouldn't actively promote it, but that's just kind of a thing in... Whoops. In general. I would say it's generally kind of disingenuous to be like, well, I wouldn't smoke this, but I think you should. Oh, damn it. I always think he's gonna jump higher or something. Huh. Well, I imagine that if they canceled the collab, that's gotta suck for the other people who were lined up to do it. Now I'm just kind of interested. Again, why was he, you know, like, I'm assuming that he was against it for gacha elements or something like that. Making it, again, kind of weird that he would even agree to do a collab in the first place. Oh, damn. I was expecting the big eye. Come down and fight me, you bastards. Damn it. Hit his toe. Well, you know what? I don't need to deal with you. Oh, yeah, you see that? I need to be careful here. Okay, we're good. But, So realistically, if they got him to cancel the collab, I would say that that was gatekeeping. I would say that they did an appropriate, or at least probably what they would consider appropriate. I don't know. Like I said, I normally wouldn't be in favor of gatekeeping, but in that situation, if there was somebody who talked smack for Mega Man, yeah, on Mega Man for years, and then it's like, and sponsor, you know, and doing a collab with Mega Man, it's this guy who fucking hates Mega Man's guts. Yeah, I could see that being a little troubling. Whoops. Not what I meant to do. No! No! There. I mean, honestly, that again kind of reminds me of, I brought them up so much last night, too. Game Grumps. Aaron got, like, a sponsorship with Sonic the Hedgehog, and people, you know, the Sonic fan base was like, but he fucking hates Sonic the Hedgehog. Uh-oh, do I remember the pattern for Yellow Devil? Yeah, if you feel like it, you can DM me. I might not get to it tomorrow, till tomorrow, but I'll definitely take a peek. Maybe I'll get to it tonight, we'll see. Oy. I like that he recognizes it as a robot, even though it's a very, you know, atypical robot. No! One, two, three, jump! One. Oh my gosh, I remembered it. Oh my gosh, you fucking freak. Huh, would I be doing better with fire? I can do fire. There we go. I was gonna do this entire thing Buster only, but it's like, this takes way too long for me to be like, you know what? I gotta be a big swinging dick about, like, you know, if this is the one situation where it's like, you're actually better off using the actual weakness, I'll use the actual weakness. Because while I'm sure that I could make the Buster work, I don't feel tempted to go a bunch of extra rounds with this. No, I thought maybe I could hit him or something. Normally, every time I do a clip show for this game, I'll have the Yellow Devil in it at least somewhat, but every time I do, it's just me bitching about how they ruined this boss fight. Because they did ruin this boss fight. But I'll spare going over the same ground and just say, what a lovely evening it is. And it's not bad. Like, I think the temperature is going back down, but I was, like, surprised. Like, you know, I stay inside a lot, so I'm not always aware of what the temperature is. But I did go out and get the mail earlier. And I think it was, like, in the 50s today, which isn't bad for this time of year. And that's a nice temperature. It's not a strip down and run around in my undies temperature, but it is a comfortable with a coat sort of temperature. Though maybe I should have talked about how much they screwed up this boss battle, because now we are in the most basic bitch. Oh no, and here I was like, you're gonna do it no hit. You got hit once. Talking about the weather is about the most basic bitch stinking, you know, conversation piece you can have. Oh, I got hit twice. Oh no. Oh. You got hit 3 times. And if I just clip the end of that, everyone can just assume that I did it Buster only. Oh, and I got 100% credit for stinking, so I made par for the time. That's good. Normally, that's so dragged out that it's like, yeah, you failed. Ay, ay, ay. I prefer summer. I know you're more of a winter person, Aaron, but I prefer summer. I thought you'd be dead by now. I should have abused this more. Winter dries out my skin. And also, you know, can trigger my asthma. I don't typically have to worry about my asthma, but it sounds like you're saying me asthma. Do you got noxious fumes? No, my asthma. I could do fancy jumps, or I could just do this, which I believe is also the trick I used with Thunder Beam. But yeah, skin problems, breathing problems in the winter. I would rather boil. Plus, I'm also hot-blooded. Check it and see. Got a fever of 103. Come on, baby. Do you do more of the dance? Hot-blooded, hot-blooded. Oh, God. They're exploding. Damn it. Do I try to... There's a part of me that's like, you should SD against the boss, and another part of me is like, you got the charge shot. What's the worst that can happen? Ay, ay, ay. Rain gets annoying. Oh, yeah, great. You know what's worse than rain? Frozen rain, aka snow. I had to drive home in a freaking blizzard like a few weeks ago. I almost died multiple times. Okay. Damn it. I still didn't get through. This is definitely in the maybe you should have. Maybe you should have died first. I could have slid under that. Ay, ay, ay. Here we go. One of the things you like about the, ay, ay, ay. Honestly, I live where I do because this is where family is. But there is a part of me that's like, warmer climates might actually have been, you know... That might be nice. Oh, no! But unless everybody I know happens to die, chances are I will continue to live in the Northeast. Oh, goodness. He's going nuts. I don't know how I avoided that. So Buster, yeah, Buster Brick Throw combo. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. I wouldn't say no injuries. I got slapped around a bit. That just sounds like your way of weaseling out of frickin' fixing me, Doc. I don't think I need this until I go in the actual capsules. Damn it. I missed my shot. Yay! Do we need disappearing blocks here? I do kind of want that. I might bother getting it, or I might be like, you know what? For a minute, I didn't think that was gonna appear. I have now taken a good bit of damage before the boss rush, which isn't great. Not great at all. But maybe we can get it done. Oy, oy, oy. I don't think it's quite as bad as what you're describing. Sometimes when I need to drive into the city for work and everything, it gets a little nasty then. But for the most part, it just feels like traffic. Not bumper to bumper most times unless there's an accident or bad weather. I say it's alright. I'd say the traffic is passable. Not my favorite thing in the world, but doesn't kill me either. I do prefer not to drive. Well, congrats on the pizza. I like rain when I don't have to worry about leaks. I find it kind of pleasant to listen to. Snow, though, I don't know. I drive, therefore it's very hard for me to be okay with snow. You're a bastard. Oh, I got him. Damn it. I'm gonna lose the fucking oil man. What, are you gonna do anything special? No, I'm not gonna lose to oil man. I'm gonna hang on with one thing, you know, 1 HP in a dream. Okay, bomb man will be that. I think I can take out I might be able to take out Elect man with 1 HP in a dream. And I don't live in the city, but I do work in one. When I'm not teleworking. Which is why teleworking is so major for me. Damn it. I timed it wrong. Let's see if I can kill. I'm pretty sure with 4 lives I can kill every last one of them. Living the dream. Damn it. Get the supercharge. He jumped. Like a bastard. He's a hopping fool. Damn you. Then he's got iframes afterwards, and he's gonna spam because he's like, oh, so you're the blue bomber, are you? Well, I'm just Bomba Man. Oh, did he still clip me with the bomb that he... Okay, fine. No. Fuck you, Bomb Man. You will die unloved. Though admittedly, when I got those figures of like the first set of Robot Masters, Bomb Man wasn't one of them, and there's a part of me that's like, I kind of would like a Bomb Man. I kind of would like just a complete set. I'm not really sure how they're deciding on, like, the waves of those toys that they're putting out, since I think, like, the last, you know, like, the most recent wave they put out is, like, frickin' Angry Mega Man without a helmet, Bubble Man, and Wood Man. But I'm sure we'll get a Shadow Man at some point, and I'm gonna really want a Shadow Man. Also, the one place that I was gonna order the Iris model kit from is taking pre-orders from, I guess, like, another wave of them, you know, that they're gonna put out. Like, reprints. So, hooray! I can make my own Iris action figure. Hypothetically, though, I'm still sitting on my stinking white axle. I feel a little bad for my brother. Because I ordered, like, the white axle, you know, model kit, figure kit, whatever kit. And it was, like, a lot more complex than I was expecting. So I asked my brother if he had, like, some of those, I don't know what you want to call them, like the weird little scissors that you use specifically on model kits. Normally on the less complex ones, I can just kind of, you know, like, tease them out. I don't need any special scissors. But he loaned them to me. He loaned them to me ages ago, and I still haven't built that thing, so I'm just sitting on them. So I hope he doesn't think that I just took them and, like, forgot about it. But it's like, oh yeah, these are my little scissors now. It's like, no, I just haven't gotten around to making it. I swear. I'm not just borrowing it and then conveniently forgetting to never give it back. Though I probably shouldn't worry about it too much, since he's done something similar to that with, like, you know, some of my games, and also the one Sonic Player's Guide, like I teased him about last night. I think she's just dead. I don't think she's in a box. And yeah, you can go ahead. You can share it on Discord. That's no problem. I'm not really a sticker type person myself. But then again, if they're nice enough, I do have a new PC. I could stinkin' slap some stickers on. Though talking about slapping stickers on a PC, like, I guess I never really thought about it, but I swear when I was young, I had, like, a few random magnets that I put on the side of my PC. I don't think it ever gave my PC trouble, but looking back on it, it's like, you do not put magnets on a, you know, electronic equipment unless it's a fridge. Because the electronic stuff in that, you know, the stuff that magnets could possibly screw with is not going to be in the fridge door. You bungus. Ay. She's not in a box in my house. She would be in a box in my house if I get that model kit. She would be in the model kit box. Though if I do order it, I think there's, like, a decent amount of shipping on it because, you know, tariffs, which, if I would have ordered it specifically from, like, the place that was selling it, like, the official shop, like Kotobuki or something like that. Because it wasn't on PlayAsia, they, you know, didn't have a listing for it because I guess they sold out of, like, the pre-orders or, you know, the allotments that they had initially, right? And then I saw on Twitter someone's like, oh, the Iris stuff, it's on... There we go. It's on their official shop. Order it real quick. And I go on and I, like, look at the price and everything. And I can't remember what, like, the price was. But then they also, like, had a thing where it's like... Damnation. That's embarrassing. I don't think they've ever got me with that. Damn. But, you know, like, I went on the site and, you know, like, when I was, like, looking at it, there was also, like, a little box that said something like there's gonna be just an unspecified surcharge when we actually ship this to you. We're gonna charge you a bunch of like extra money that's gonna be like a tariff surcharge. You won't know what it's gonna be beforehand, and you just have to pay it. You have to agree to pay it now. And I was like, okay, I like Iris. I don't know that I like Iris enough to just tell a company that they can charge me what the hell ever to send her to me. I need to know the upper limits of what I'm paying, boy. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great right now, economically. I'd whine about it more, but complaining about needing to pay more for things is somehow political. Oh, goodness. Don't jump when I jump. I think I'm out damaging him slightly. That's interesting. He wasn't taking extra damage when he was normal. But he is taking, like, the, you know, weakness knockback when he transformed into something, because I guess the Buster counts as, like, a weakness to everything, except regular Mega Man, apparently. Ay, ay, ay. Sure, I'll pay $40 to revive, well, to preserve Iris. Hopefully it doesn't come across as hypocritical. Hypocritical because there's this one Taylor Swift song where I don't know all of the lyrics. If anybody wants to correct me, but like the general idea of the song seems to be, what if Romeo and Juliet, but they don't die? If it's not a tragedy, if they just live nice, happy lives where nothing bad happens. And hearing that premise, it always drives me crazy because I'm just there, it's like, Romeo and Juliet being, you know, like, the great tragedy of its time is kind of the entire point. It'd be like you saying, I want a hamburger, hold the meat. The meat is the entire point. Romeo and Juliet, without everybody dying, is just a story about two horny teenagers with a questionable age gap. Not really the best story, unless people bite it. Now is it? Ay, ay, ay. I don't think they'd really need time travel to revive Iris. I think the only Mega Man game that involves time travel is Mega Man 2 for Game Boy. So I guess there is a precedent for, you know, precedence for time travel. Dr. Wily traveled through time and went to a place where he'd been defeated, and he kidnapped peaceful Mega Man who had just become regular old Rock again. And he transformed that Rock into Quinn, and then there were two Wileys, and Mega Man killed one of the Wileys in orbit. Even though he's not allowed to stinking harm a human or whatever. We might not have thought this through much. The people who worked on Mega Man 2 for Game Boy probably shouldn't have been allowed to touch the series. Now, my question is gonna be, Because when you use use weaknesses too much on the second Wily machine, he does that super attack that's really hard to dodge and does a shit ton of damage. Actually, I don't even know if I can dodge it. Maybe I can with the slide. But I can't dodge him normally. So we'll see if I piss him off. This could go poorly. Oh, I just hit him normally there. This just seems to be doing more damage. He doesn't seem to be flinching as much as I typically expect with a weakness. This is another reason why Wily is a weeb. Because he yells out like some of the attack names when he uses them. Even though that's not going to make a difference, that's a very Japanese freaking anime thing to do. Of course I say that and it's probably like, actually, Optimus Prime yelled out his attack names all the time. There's probably something I'm forgetting. Damn you! How long was that? That was just over an hour. I probably could have got it in under an hour if I would have skipped stinking cutscenes. The Buster, you know, Charge Buster rips. Ay, ay, ay. Cause you were Romeo, da 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 da. Okay. Maybe I should look up the lyrics to see whether I'm criticizing it accurately, but thank you for the quote. I do need to do Wily Wars at some point too, now that you mention it. Thanks to the heroic actions of Mega Man, peace has once again been restored. Even the nefarious Dr. Wily seems to have had a change of heart and is... Okay. I couldn't read it fast enough in my epic voice. Oh, the Scarlet Letter. The Scarlet Letter was interesting. I think I liked that book. I read it in high school, probably. Maybe middle school, but I do recall reading it. The Scarlet Letter was A for adultery. To be fair, she thought her husband was dead, and her husband was kind of a piece of shit. So, you know, if a puritanical woman were to, you know, get herself some priestly ass, I think she was justified in that book. Anyway. Okay, that was fun. Oy, oy. Like, honestly, there's a part of me that's disappointed that I didn't use the slide more in this, because I'm a big proponent of the slide. I think the slide is more important in a Mega Man game, because it gives you the extra movement option than the charge shot, which is just extra damage, and that's what weaknesses are for anyway, special weapons. But the slide felt a little slow, a little stiff, wasn't really the best, though the Charge Buster just let me wipe everything. Honestly, this was like almost comedic how easily I, you know, killed everything in this. But, you know, like, you know, after playing this game so many times, just having one mode where you're completely overpowered, that's actually, you know, it was actually a lot of fun. I was a fan. You're not gonna have me save the game? Excuse me, I gotta, oh, here we go. Ay. Wheel of Names will be after I beat Battle Network 3. This was just a, you know, for funsies sort of thing, because I didn't want to go a week without Mega Man. My dearest of friends, I'm gonna kill that stink bug and flush it down the toilet once I'm done. But yeah, okay. So yeah, that was Mega Man powered up for the jillionth frickin' time. Holy shit, how many times have we played this game? A lot. That's the answer. A lot. But yeah, ay. Do I have anything clever to say? Were we in the middle of any conversations? I think we wrapped up everything. So yeah. if nobody has any other burning conversation pieces, we can start wrapping up. So yeah, thanks anybody who stopped in to watch. Thanks anybody who checked out the VOD. If you enjoyed this, maybe consider subscribing and check out my main channel, Explosion, which is linked on the front of this one. I do scripted videos over there, so I'm a bit better spoken. I don't know if I'll have something this week or not, because Wednesday, 3 Mega Man comics come out, and I want to do reviews on each of them. So I'm probably going to be cranking those out. I might give myself a reprieve. I might put something small up. We'll see. But yeah, with that though, thank you again. Rayquaza, Big Red, Aaron, I appreciate you guys hanging out. The plan... Okay. The plan going forward, because we're still not done this week, I'll be doing another 4 hours of Hollow Knight, unless I beat it even quicker than 4 hours. I have no idea how close I am to winning. I have no idea how much more I need to go. But yeah, and then we'll be back to business as usual. We'll be back to what we should have played this week. Battle Network 3, blue version, on, Tuesday again. But yeah, with that, thank you again, and yeah, have a lovely, lovely, lovely evening. Good night. Once again, this was fun. Being overpowered can be stupid fun.